Well, guys, welcome back. Another episode. Minnesota left-handers. It looks like the tour is off to San Diego for the Farmers Insurance Open. It's historic, iconic, a lot of history, a staple in the West Coast swing. Torrey Pines. I'm Brett, and as always, I'm joined by Nate, founder of Minnesota Left-Handers, and we're here today to show you as much, or get you as much information as we possibly can about this week's PGA Tour event. We always start off with the course, so as always, Nate, why don't you tell us a little bit about this course?
Yeah, absolutely. Torrey Pines, it is on state land. So we're looking at, reasonable prices. It's another one that you and I can go play, which is awesome. If you're a resident, it's actually pretty reasonable. I want to say it's somewhere in like the $80 range for the south course and $60 for the north course, which is awesome for you and I as non-residents of the San Diego area. $278 for the south course, which is the more well-known one, although they do use the north course in the farmers. So I don't know, in the grand scheme of things, you go up the coast a little bit to Pebble Beach, which is where they're going next week, you're looking at $575. So not terrible, by comparison. Torrey Pines, this is a huge week. I mean, it draws just a hell of a field. You get all the big names. It's a lot of fun from that perspective. The course itself, I feel like lacks a little bit. I just look at like you've got all of this land along the coast that I feel like I wish that they used better. I don't even know how to explain it. I just feel like there's too much land or too many holes like off the coast. And we'll kind of see that in the closing stretch of the tournament, which I wish, had some more scenic views. But aside from that, like I said, historic, lots of majors held here. Um, it's a great course for this time of year, especially those of us in northern climates with a bunch of snow on the ground. They will, for the Farmers Insurance Open here, play the north course and the south course. The north and south are used on Thursday and Friday, and they switch to just the south course on Saturday, Sunday. So, taking a look at this a little bit, I've got the scorecard here. 72.59. So longer than we have seen, but definitely not the longest we'll see, That's the north course. The south course is, I want to say, slightly longer. Yes, slightly longer. 78.02. So they push it back. And if you take a look at the scorecard there, if you want to play the blacks, you better have permission only, which I think is just awesome.
Some of these par fives aren't as long as some of the stuff in Hawaii either. I mean, 621. I like how I
Yeah.
say isn't that long. Got 621 yards. That's on the south course, and then on the north course. What are you looking at over here? The okay,
Yeah, I'll
okay,
flip over.
yeah.
So I mean, when you're looking at 72.09, it's just not, or 72.59. It's just you're not going to have those monster par fives. You nines 556, 17s 520. Those are, I don't know. How about back to back though? Hole 9 par 5, hole 10 par 5.
Oh yeah.
Make some money there. So yeah, this will be fun. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I feel like we know the South Course better, just because of so that's we watch golf on the weekends, right? And we've seen the majors. Majors are played solely on the South Course. It was designed by William P. Bell, who, contrary to previous tournaments where we've had Rayner and Doak and some of these other names with and die with some connections to Minnesota. As far as I could tell, William P. Bell does not have any upper Midwest courses. Bell RCC, the Adobe course at Arizona Biltmore. So this is just kind of one that I think, sort of his crowning achievement, I would say. Uh, it held major championships, both U.S. Opens in 2008 and 2001. Tiger's greatest major victory. That was the broken leg, and then he had to play a fifth day. Like, he was crumbling to the ground on tee shots because his leg was quite literally broken. And then in 2008, and they've since changed this, but in 2008, the U.S. Open, if there was a tie, it wasn't like extra holes that night or that day. They all went home, came back Monday to play 18 more. So it was he had to play 18 extra holes, which is, he played 90 holes on a busted leg, which is insane. Against Rocco Mediate, he beat him, I think pretty handily on Monday, but it was definitely tight down the stretch to catch him on the Sunday. The 2021 U.S. Open won by Jon Rahm. So, and we know what he's done here in recent weeks. As we record this, he's won 4 of his last 6, so it's pretty good. And last year at this course in the Farmers, he took, how do they qualify that? Third?
Yeah, so he took
Zalatoris.
Yep,
took second.
In that's a perfect transition into next. So I don't know if you guys remember, but last year, Will Zalatoris and Luke List had a playoff, tied 15 under coming into 18, and Zalatoris had this putt that I'm going to play it really quick here, but he had this putt that was just there.
The young man, just 25
really.
with the unique putting style, make the stroke of a lifetime for his first win.
I guess I don't know if I'm talking over
Zalatoris,
and it just darts left.
Two straight.
You can just see him. It was like, what was it, 8 or 12 feet to win the tournament?
Yeah.
And then he had to go into extra holes.
And the funny thing is this is him before he, his PGA winning a PGA Tour event. You know what I mean? And this is before he went into his playoff where he eventually won one. But it was so exciting watching him play last year because he was just moving through the rankings and starting to become relevant. And I don't know if you remember when he played in the Masters. I think he was in as an amateur, right?
He may have been. He kind of had that Owen Wilson looking hair even. I think he had longer hair. And he just sounds like the guy too.
But yeah, that's when I think of the Farmers tournament there. Other than Tiger Woods just being dominant at that's probably, this one's going to stick with me forever because I'm such a huge Zalatoris fan. Hopefully he goes to LIV, but...
Okay, more on that in a few minutes, by the way. But yeah, one more quick thing of note before maybe 2 more things. We'll mention this and then we'll get into some Tiger stuff. It is a Wednesday to Saturday event. It starts... as you're hopefully listening to this on Wednesday here, today is actually the first round because I'm assuming it's because division championship games are on Sunday, and they just know that's where the eyeballs are. They're not going to draw a lot of eyes on Sunday with those 2 football games, so they're trying to take advantage of that, which I think is great. You take advantage where you can. The other thing I wanted to mention was I can't think of Torrey without thinking of Tiger. 7 wins. Think about that, 7 times, and he won it 3 years in a row somewhere in that stretch, early 2000s. And then he also won that major, the U.S. Open. He won the Farmers 7 times. He's won 8 times at this course.
Well, let's not forget about Phil. Let's not.
Oh, okay.
Let's not.
You can keep.
Everyone forgets that he was a great golfer. Because he went to LIV,
San Diego,
and he's got a gambling problem.
But no, it's just we were so fortunate to watch someone as dominant as Tiger was just sort of take over decades of golf. So it's another romantic about this course for me is I get to think of watching Tiger for so many years. You got power rankings for us?
I do. Little power rankings quiz.
Okay.
obviously it's pretty easy to name number one.
Yeah, I mean, he's
He's
got a history
4 out of
here.
6 events here.
4 of his last 6.
Yeah, last
it's
year he was a
John Rahm.
third. So I mean, John Rahm, duh. All right, so who's number 2? Who's number 3?
This is how bad I am at this. I saw this list and I don't remember. I know Max Homa was like 6.
Yep.
God, I don't even know. I can't imagine they put Luke List up there.
No, it's here. I'll just read one of the headlines here.
Sure.
With the genuine part of the Padres, but it's always home for this little La Jolla native. So he must be from the area. But it's Xander Schauffele.
Oh, Xander.
Yep.
Xander.
Mm-hmm. With career best form, the 33-year-old is a mixture in even power, or every power ranking, but especially this one. In 8 editions of the Farmers, he cashed 7 times, all for a top 25. 4 were top 10s.
Wow.
Tony Finau.
I mean, okay, so Finau's up there?
Yep, that's number 3.
You know, it makes sense. How do you, with the fall that he had, and this is the first time we're seeing him since his win in Houston, I believe, which would have been October sometime. How do you bet against a guy who had that stretch starting back at the 3M?
I don't know. You know, where's Tom Kim been at? I mean, is he just not playing lately, or what?
No,
everyone's favorite
played
player.
Well at Sony.
Yeah,
he played all right at Sony.
And then you got Colin Morikawa and then Will Zalatoris. Only so much he could do until Luke List slammed the door in the last year's playoffs. Zalatoris also posted a tied for 7th here in 2021. All 8 rounds since returning from an injured back are sub-70s.
There you go. How do you feel about Colin Morikawa? I mean, given that he had like a 9-shot lead over John Rahm, it was like 7. He had a 7-shot lead over second in the Sony, and then Rahm had a 9-shot lead over Rahm, and Rahm chased him down. He was duffing chips left and right.
I just, in all honesty, Colin Morikawa, CJ Siwoo Kim, Tom Kim, I honestly haven't watched a lot of their golf. I don't know if it's just because I'm, rooting for the home teams or what, the Will Zalatoris, Tony Finau, even I'm not even like a huge John Rahm fan. You know what I mean?
You got your LIV blinders on.
Yeah, exactly. Justin Thomas, I'm not a Rory fan. It's just I'm kind of a homer, I guess, in that sense. So I'm really pay attention to the guys that are around here. You know what I mean?
Right. You like who you like.
Mm-hmm. So it brings us into the forecast for the San Diego. You said yourself, San Diego is probably the best weather in the United States.
Year round. I'm going with best weather part of the United States. I'm going to be proven wrong. I know it. You're going to come up with some, rainy and 51 or something.
Well, hey, guess what? They're not playing Sunday, which is a good thing, I guess you could say, because Sunday, 58 is the high, and it's rainy. But
okay.
So Wednesday it's going to be mid to upper 60s. Sunny Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then cloudy Saturday with 72. Which our trip to Phoenix, sunny the entire week. And now the forecast keeps on going up. 70 degrees is the high now.
Yes, love it.
With no clouds.
Glad we aren't there weren't there this past weekend. It snowed yesterday, like just outside of Phoenix.
Yeah, it's
so. Yeah. Good for these guys. They got it made, man. This West Coast swing is just some beautiful weather. I'm glad we're gonna get a few ocean shots. It's gonna be a good time. I like this event.
Do you have anything to wrap up with on the course, players' history, or anything like that before we switch over to a little bit of some breaking LIV news?
Yeah. No, I'm a Miss Tiger. You know, I mean, it's Tiger and Torrey seem to go together so well. But if Rahm has anything to say about it, he's kind of what would be the word? Reclaiming that for himself, kind of putting himself in that position. You know, so I don't know. Could you imagine what would it be, 5 of his last 7 events if he were to win this week? It'd be nuts. So looking forward to that on Sunday. Maybe we'll place some bets. Probably will. We'll be at a state where that's allowed. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try and bring some of my GoPros and stuff like that so we can maybe make a couple of videos while we're there and put together just something for our viewers and stuff that we get going on there, even with, you know, some bets and just having fun. We'll just shoot a bunch of videos and I'll kind of splash some stuff together.
Absolutely.
So, end this with some LIV news, huh? We'll make it quick because not everyone's up on the whole LIV stuff. But the biggest thing, and I have been saying it since day one, LIV Tour was a TV deal away from being around forever.
Okay, but I mean this not. No, I mean it in a bad way. Do you want to reattach the cord? You know, we all said cut the cord, streaming, Netflix, you know, ESPN app, YouTube TV, all these things. They're reattaching the cord to the CW. And if you're familiar with the CW...
No. It's fine. Yeah, no, we get it. We talked about it. Gilmore Girls, One Tree Hill, Judge Judy. Okay, but here's the thing. What generation are they targeting with broadcasting on the CW?
That's what I don't understand. I don't get it.
There is a huge generation of golf viewers that are 60 plus that can't figure out how to operate one of these things. They can't figure out how to hop on a computer and go to YouTube. They can't do that stuff where they just sit on their recliner, you know, they take their meds and their afternoon nap and they flip on whatever's on the... And these are we're talking low income people too that could be living in retirement homes. You know what I mean? So these guys are the ones sitting in the recliners that are going to be flipping through the channels and getting the views.
Golf but louder feels like we're catering to a younger crowd. That's what I see. And it just screams bad deal to me. We'll see how it works out.
I'm sitting on my couch, okay? I'm watching some football Sunday. Commercial comes on. I want to see what's going on with the LIV. I haven't seen these guys played. I'm not going to fire up my phone or I'm on Prize Picks on my phone. I'm on Twitter on my phone. I'm firing up the TV, switching between commercials, and I'm watching just like when NASCAR's on. I do that with NASCAR quite a bit too. When commercials are on or something like that, I'm popping back and forth. So after football ends, it's strictly my Sundays. If I'm looking at nap time when the kids are going down for a nap, I'm between NASCAR and golf. But now that you can throw some LIV in there with me, oh man, it's a game changer because now I can go NASCAR, PGA Tour, and LIV Golf. There is going to be a future where I'm stamping it right here. You're hearing it first from me. There is going to be a future where LIV Tour coexist with the PGA Tour. Whether or not it has to do with Greg Norman exiting the scene, which I don't see that happening. But, I mean, LIV Golf has been pretty quiet over the past 30 days. So for them to all of a sudden bust out with the TV deal that a lot of people weren't expecting, I'm telling you, it's good news. And then plus, man, they're signing... or their schedule. Tell me about their schedule.
Yeah, this is something I did want to talk about because I think in future MN Left-Handers podcasts, we're going to sort of do a breakdown of the strategy that went into this schedule, more than just, you know, the courses and some of the things specifically about LIV. It seems that they aligned intentionally against certain PGA Tour events to try to draw some eyeballs, right? So they're not up against any elevated events, at least early on. And they're obviously not going to run against majors because it looks like the majors are going to allow the LIV guys anyway. So they're picking certain events that aren't elevated or maybe on the downswing and that sort of thing. We're gonna have some breakdowns of that. So I'm looking forward to that. The first one I believe is February 24th to the 26th. Is that correct? I think that's where that one is.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. You tweeted it to me, but I don't have it in front of me. I was looking at the CW 122 million homes and
Sure.
90 versus YouTube 2.6 billion monthly active users, but
Yeah, I know. See, that hurts. I think that hurts a little bit.
All right, so what dates? I got it up here. Oh wait, this
the first one, the
Myrtle Beach,
the 26th the 24th to the 26th, isn't it?
Oh, this is the Barstool Sports Classic. What the hell am I looking at?
Is that the wrong one? I thought that was funny because the quote tweet on that was pretty tough when a podcast, a group of guys who host a traveling tournament are able to post their schedule before LIV can. So yeah, that wasn't a great look for them. But the first one's up against the Honda Classic. And so that is an event that we all know it's at Mayakoba. I feel like I knew that. So they go Mayakoba 24th to the 26th. Then they're off for almost a month. The 17th to the 19th, they're in Tucson, which is a former PGA Tour course as well, the Gallery. And then they're in Florida, Australia, Singapore. And then they come back to the middle of the country, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And they're off to Washington, D.C., Spain, England, West Virginia, New Jersey, Illinois, Florida, and then Saudi Arabia. So all in all, I mean, aside from the fun that we poke at LIV and so on and so forth, I think it's fun that I poke at LIV, as you staunchly defend it. I think it's
they have the number one ranked golfer in the world.
How do you figure that?
Before he left, he was ranked number one.
No, it's Cam Smith.
Yes, he's ranked number two.
Cam Smith is two.
Sorry.
But no, despite what the world golf rankings say, I would say that at this minute, Jon Rahm is the best player in the world.
You can't say that though.
Oh, I think I can. I just did.
Yeah, but he's not playing with the best golfers, all the best golfers in the world.
Yeah, but that's how the OWGR is.
Yeah, but the OWGR is nonsense now. They're nonsense now. It's like saying, hey, I'm the strongest fighter there is amongst all these ninth graders.
Okay. I get. I'll accept your specious argument. But no, I get that. I understand that. But we have a body of work from Rahm that we don't have from LIV because LIV hasn't played in 6 months. Maybe not 6 months, but I just think they got some catching up to do, and maybe these events are it. It's a stronger schedule than last year for sure, but I still don't see how like Oklahoma moves the needle. I just don't get it.
Unbelievable. So discriminatory. Yeah.
Justify your position.
I'm sure they got a really nice golf course there. Off air we're looking this up. I bet you it's a nice course. I bet you go, that's nice. I'd play there.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be, but I just don't see how Oklahoma moves the needle. And then they're just riding the coattails.
Oh yeah, and having the 3M Open at Blaine TPC is just the greatest. Oh my God, I love that course. It is so nice.
I know. I get
And
that
here
too.
you are. Oh, you know how many Midwesterns you just offended by saying Oklahoma, like the Midwest, the flyover states? Like, Oklahoma's a nice place, okay? Very nice place.
Yeah, but is Cedar Ridge Country Club? I don't know. Is that gonna? Are people gonna be like,
What's
"Oh,
the date
that's
of that
great, I
event?
want-"
Where it looks like we're watching that event.
That one is May 12th through the 14th. But
Hey Siri,
I just
set a reminder for May 12th.
What do you want to be reminded about?
Nate hates LIV. We're watching the Oklahoma event.
Okay, I added Nate Hates Live, or watching the Oklahoma event, for May 12th, 2023.
It's a date.
while you were setting your Siri there, I looked at my calendar. I got like socks to fold, and like paint to watch dry, and a pot of water that if I don't watch it, it won't boil. So I guess I'm busy. Sorry, I can't join you at your watch party for for the Oklahoma
See,
event.
and here's the thing. And what I don't understand about a lot of people, okay? Myself, I don't consider myself as big of a golf fan as yourself or another guy at my work, Mike, okay? But if you were through and through a golf fan, there is some of the best golfers in the world that golf for LIV. You're talking about the Corn Ferry Tour and won't watch the LIV Tour because it's whatever dumb reason they're going against the PGA Tour or the green. Golf is golf. These guys are out there playing 18 holes of some of the hardest courses at the longest distance that you'll ever see, and these guys are hitting 15 under, and you guys are like, yeah, that left golf. Now watching that Greg Norman, the Saudi money, that's Bud money. It's like we're watching golf. Cameron Smith is fun to watch golf.
Here's where I will make this pact. Mark it. 9:45 p.m. About the 30-minute mark of this podcast on January 24th. If a LIV player wins a major this year, I will soften my stance.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's the deal. They're proving that less golf.
What does it have to do
isn't
with
gonna
that?
matter.
That's still not the point. The point is, you are a golf fan, and there are some of the best golfers in the world playing for LIV. They've proven that when playing for the PGA Tour. It's still high quality golf.
I'm interested in what DJ has to say about it and what Cam Smith has to say about it. But other than that, you can keep Andy Ogletree. I'm not, sorry, it's just not. It's
Bryson?
not moving the needle for me. Oh, what? He's just so smug. I can't take Bryson.
So is
Can't take
Jason
it.
Day, and you watch him play golf.
Only live at TPC Blaine. But
Tony Finau shunned me.
I know, jerk.
Unbelievable.
No,
Why?
that's my deal. I will soften if a LIV player wins a major this year. They got to play 72 holes. They got to be prepared. There's just more there that you're not giving them credit for. Or you're giving them too much credit.
Cameron Smith was the number 2 golfer in the world. Dustin
Absolutely.
Johnson made himself a name 3 years ago, 5 years ago. He was still top. Phil Mickelson has done so much for the game of golf, and for everyone just to close the door on this guy. He's the lefty. He coined the term the lefty. He
okay.
coined it. Oh, okay. We'll back up
No,
time 10
and
years.
No, this isn't this is just not a LIV thing with Phil. Phil's just old.
So it's Tiger Woods, and you idolize this guy that's addicted to painkillers and crashes cars and bangs women. The guy's not a freaking idol. The kid's not. I want my kid to look up to Tiger Woods. Oh yeah, it's a good choice. Yeah, okay, Tiger. I wouldn't want him to look up to Phil either. But at least Phil's not out. He's still with her, you know. He's not. He's got some gambling problems, but he's not out there addicted to painkillers and being a drama queen about everything he does. But let's idolize Tiger.
But no, I'm
my
saying
point
if
is
we're talking-
Tiger is a really good golfer. Phil is a really good golfer. I like them both because they're fun to watch.
Yeah, but they're both done. They Phil's career. I mean, if he was playing on if he could play on the Champions Tour, he might probably be successful. But it's done. He's old. He's not. Liv's not building their model around him. They're building around Cam Smith and DJ at this point. Because DJ actually, like, he played good golf last year, like, no doubt about it.
Hey, what do they call that money? The pit money?
Yeah, pit money.
Who won that last year?
Oh shoot! No, it's Tiger.
Oh, that's weird.
It's Tiger. I know. Okay, I got problems with Pip. I have massive problems with Pip.
That
Because
seems a
Pip-
little weird, doesn't it?
I mean, we might need a whole other podcast with Pip, but here's the
How much time
Cliff
we
Notes
got left
version
here?
of my 550. Here's the Cliff Notes version of Pip. My issue with Pip. Pip was supposed to be a response to LIV. We're gonna get eyeballs on it because, I mean, there's a bunch of metrics. One of the metrics was, are people searching your name? Are you active on social media? Are you doing these things? We're supposed to find our new stars this way. This is how we do this. Look at the streaming numbers and all this stuff and social media growth and all of this. We're supposed to find our new stars and award them some money for putting themselves out there and being the face of golf.
Let's just give
And
it
you
to
give
Tiger.
it to and you freaking give it to Tiger Woods. Are you kidding me? Like, that guy needs more. 1, recognition. 2, money from you. Like, give it to Tom Kim. Like he's the kind of guy who you need to win the Pip. You need to tailor this to guys like him. Justin Suh, hey, check that out. Max Homa, you know, like,
They'll split it
guys
between
who
a few different guys. I mean, give it
Yeah,
to John
yeah.
Rahm.
don't freaking give it to Tiger Woods.
Oh, but he
I'm
does
with you
so
on
much
that.
for the
I
game.
hate that. He broke his leg or whatever happened because, like, last year he won because he posted one 3-second video of him swinging an 8-iron, and he posted it on Instagram, and it blew up, and he won the Pip because of that. Dumb.
Give it to John Daly.
What? No, not John Daly either. New young guys who need, because the tour
So,
needs a face.
I think just bringing that up, that one point there, the Pip money is kind of what I'm getting at. Is I don't care about the money. I don't care about it. I just want to watch the best golfers in the world compete together, and I don't know why they can't coexist and put their differences aside. And I am so happy that the majors see it the same way that I do. We don't care your guys' dispute and lawsuits and all this stuff. We're doing this for the game of golf. We want the best golfers in the world here competing at the best tournaments in the world, and that is the majors. So for them to come out and say that, that's how I feel about it.
So do you see the President's Cup and the Ryder Cup sort of fizzling and going away, and it becoming more of a PGA Tour versus LIV?
I didn't even watch it last year.
Watch what? The
The
President's Cup?
either of them. Either
Yeah,
of them
okay,
last
so-
year. I mean, they're just becoming. I don't know. I don't feel like they are what they used to be. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I'm not the diehard fan like you. You know what I mean? So there's got to be a reason for me to watch it, and there was just no reason for me to follow it this year.
yeah.
Either event.
I mean, there's no doubt golf is fractured at this point because of the way that this has, come about, the way that things are shaken out here. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if these guys who go to LIV can build legacy, because that's what golf is built on. Tiger Woods winning it, Torrey Pines 8 times, Tiger, majors numbers, carrying on the legacy of the game of golf. And if LIV can develop that, I think that, there's a chance that these two can coexist. But as long as it feels like a money grab, and I get your perspective, but people are still seeing it as a money grab, and it's hard to shake that.
Well, all I gotta say to those people is look at how the majors are looking at it the same way. The Masters are looking at it. We want the best golfers in the world. We want to watch the best golfers compete. That's what we're going to give them. So it's exciting stuff. I can't wait. Cameron Smith.
All right, what do you say we wrap there?
Yeah, no, that was great. Great episode. As always, I'm Brett Relander, co-founder, Minnesota Left-Handers, and the real mastermind behind it all, Nate Dweimer.
Yeah, a couple things here before we wrap up. Look for lots on social media as we take our trip to Arizona. Lots coming up on the Instagram. I'm sure we'll put some stuff on TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and all that. And like, subscribe, comment. We want to hear your thoughts on all this LIV stuff too, and what you like about what we're putting out as far as course preview and things like that. So, like I said, like, subscribe, comment. Looking to interact with our listeners as well.
Hit them far and hit them straight.